Let me get this straight. Joe Biden can give us an Emmett Till monument, but he can't give Emmett Till's family justice, and he can't give us an anti-black hate crime law. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spellbound, A Darker Shade of Black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. President Joe Biden wants to so-called honor Emmett Till and his mother with a national monument.
New at noon, President Biden will designate a national monument at 3 sites in honor of Emmett Till and his mother, Mamie Till Mobley. At 14 years old in 1955, Till was visiting family in Mississippi when he was lynched for allegedly whistling at a white woman. Till's mother held an open casket funeral so people could see her son's mangled body, a decision that helped kick off the civil rights movement.
I want to say it's a blessing, because so often they want to erase the events that happen to African Americans. But you can't erase it if it's a landmark.
Biden is set to sign a proclamation today in honor of Till's 82nd birthday. The national monument will be featured at 3 locations, including one in Chicago, where Till's funeral was held, and 2 in Mississippi, where Till was murdered.
Now, President Joe Biden decided to sign into order a national monument to be established in Chicago to so-called honor Emmett Till and his mother as related to their contributions to ushering in the civil rights movement. Now, this whole monument basically is a slap in the face to the Till family, and it's a bigger slap in the face to all of the foundational black Americans in this country, because this whole monument is one big, empty, symbolic gesture in an effort to pander to those old Negroes who want to believe that they're getting something tangible, when in actuality they're getting nothing at all from the Biden administration. Now, the Biden administration had every opportunity to give black Americans a tangible of justice while Carolyn Bryant Donham was still alive. And instead of going out here and giving foundational black Americans the tangible of justice by bringing up federal civil rights charges on the 88-year-old Carolyn Bryant Donham for her part in the murder of Emmett Till, what the Biden administration did was go out here and instruct their DOJ to go out here and close the case. I mean, how are you honoring someone when you close the case on their murder? That's the critical question I want to ask Joe Biden as related to this so-called monument. How are you honoring someone when you go out here and deny them justice? Because it really takes someone with a lot of audacity to go out here and say that they're going to honor someone by going out here and denying them an opportunity to have their day in court after almost 60 years. I mean, that is the most I believe, again, egregious thing that the Biden administration is doing, and just shows me how basically oblivious they are to all of the black voters that they're trying to pander to with this stunt, and shows us how little respect they have for black voters by going out here and taking the name of Emmett Till and dishonoring it in this way by saying, oh, I'll give you a monument, but I won't go out here and work towards establishing a tangible of justice for black people. I won't work towards creating a tangible of justice that creates legal precedent that sets a boundary for racist and white supremacists like Carolyn Bryant Donham, her husband, and her brother-in-law. Instead of trying to go out here and give foundational black Americans the tangible of justice, what the Biden administration does is double down on maintaining the status quo as related to white supremacy, because in the eyes of the paternalistic white supremacists like a Joe Biden, they believe that, oh, if I go out here and I give black people some sort of trinkets, they will go out here and be pacified, and they'll be pacified to the point where they'll continue to go out here and vote blue. That's what this is all about, because what's happened with the Biden administration is that Joe Biden has seen that his approval rating has dropped under 40%, and with his approval rating dropping under 40%, he's realized he's alienated a lot of people, including that black voting bloc that he basically walked away from in 2020 when he went out here and disrespected black Americans by telling all of the so-called black leaders that he was not going to do anything for them, even though black people came out in force in 2020 to vote for Joe Biden by taking their booties to the poll to go out here and vote for him to stop the country from being overrun by the menace of Donald Trump, as we were told. But we see, instead of showing respect to all of those black Americans who took their stupid asses to the polls, they are finding out that this guy continues to have nothing but contempt for them. And they're finding out this because he, instead of, again, looking to show respect to black people, he continues to disrespect black people by going out here and giving us a monument to Emmett Till, but not giving Emmett Till's family any justice or any closure. And again, the only way he closed the case was after going out here and saying he wasn't going to do anything about justice, and that's why a lot of black people are just staying home, and that has the Biden administration and members of the Blue Party basically terrified at this point. They're all terrified because they saw in 2022 black people going out here and staying home, saying that, if we can't get any tangibles in exchange for our votes, then we have no reason to go out here and vote blue, no matter who, because blue has nothing that they want to do for black people. Now, I find it interesting that Joe Biden will go out here and give black people a monument to Emmett Till, but he goes out here and gives Asians an anti-Asian hate crime law, even though Asian hate crimes have basically dropped all across this country. Meanwhile, black hate crimes continue to escalate, and there's no anti-black hate crime law on the books, showing me how full of it the Biden administration is. They will go out here and put up a statue as related to Emmett Till and his mother, whose tragedy basically ushered in the civil rights movement, but he won't go out here and create policy to ensure that black people's civil rights and rights overall are protected with something that is essentially needed, and that is an anti-black hate crime law. We have been needing an anti-black hate crime law for over 40 years, but we haven't had an anti-black hate crime law. No, what we continue to see are continued racial incidents continuing to go on all across this country years after the civil rights movement and the end of Jim Crow. And what's even sadder is we've got old politicians like Joe Biden continuing to maintain the same paternalistic policies and mindset that were all a part of the slave plantation, because what the slave master would do when the slaves were starting to get upset is go out here and make some empty symbolic gesture that would go out here and look like passively he was doing something, but aggressively he was doing absolutely nothing but maintaining the status quo. And that's what this Emmett Till monument is all about. Basically, his own attempts to try to maintain the status quo of giving black people nothing. Well, that's not going to work anymore, because black people understand our value as a voting bloc, and if we cannot get tangibles in exchange for our votes, then we have no interest in going out here and going to the polls to vote for politicians that give everybody something but us. And even worse, don't even give us respect, because this whole gesture with this statue is a middle finger up at black people. It is the ultimate expression of contempt, because instead of looking to honor black people by giving us tangible policies as related to civil rights, he wants to erect an empty statue. Meanwhile, you have racist and white supremacists all across the country continuing to violate the civil rights of foundational black Americans, and you have policy in place that ensures everybody gets tangibles except foundational black Americans, because programs like Affirmative Action, again, were originally designed to help out black men, but instead of black men getting any benefits, we've seen everybody come through that door, like white women, Hispanics, Asians, and everybody else can come through the Affirmative Action door. And again, the Biden administration continues to express its contempt for black people, and this is the, again, as I see it, ultimate middle finger that should have every foundational black American thinking about staying home in 2024, because America isn't looking to make itself great for black Americans. America isn't looking to build anything better back in a black community, and we were told this back in 2020. So in 2024, only a fool would go out here and take their booty to the poll to vote for a man who expresses nothing but disrespect towards you. I mean, when I look at this whole Emmett Till monument, again, it is the greatest expression of contempt that could ever be presented to black people. It is the ultimate form of disrespect, because you are sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to give you a monument, but I'm not going to go out here and give you tangible policies that will show how you are seen as a valuable citizen, because those tangible policies would show respect to black Americans. It would show that black America is valued as a community, that black America is valued as a community, black America is valued as a part of America. That would be the greatest statement to be made. But instead of looking to make that statement, what the Biden administration continues to do is express its contempt for black Americans, because this, again, is the ultimate form of disrespect. You get a statue, but you don't get any laws. You get a statue, but the family of Emmett Till is denied justice. They passively go out here and say, oh, we're doing an investigation, but then aggressively close the case on Emmett Till. And after you close the case on Emmett Till, you want to give him a statue. And again, that just shows the hypocrisy of this democracy. Again, you sit there and say, oh, we're giving you a statue, but you didn't give Emmett Till justice. And denying Emmett Till justice is it just adds to the travesty of justice, and it just adds to how twisted this president is. Again, this is, again, the ultimate form of disrespect, and you have to be a special brand of stupid to go out here and vote for this man in 2024 after he's basically disrespected you. Again, you have to be a special brand of dumb to go out here and vote for this guy if you're black, because this right here, again, just the ultimate form of disrespect. I mean, waiting until the last person Carolyn Bryant, to die, and then you close the case on the murder of Emmett Till, and then you say, oh, I'm honoring them with a monument. Again, the audacity and the arrogance here, it should just make you extremely angry, and that because it makes me angry to think about what is presented here as related to just being disrespected. And the only way for black people to take their respect is to stay home and not go out here and vote for anybody like blue, because blue shows us they don't care about you. Now, if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, and my vampire novel Eternal Night, and my sorority novel The Thetas, and my business novel Recipe for Success, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Smashworth, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, 1987. Learn lessons about life and teenage love in the 1980s in this coming-of-age John Haynes story. Get your copy of John Haynes 1987 in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.